It's become internationally famous. John Phillips is it's called Ferris to the Fair. Oddly enough, it has a very practical inspiration. He had his band playing at the Boston Food Fair, and a lady walked by and he said, "I got a mic march about that," and you just heard it. So this is actually the full professional version. It's used by the modern day Sousa band, made by their mainstream. This is not an educational version. That is the exact same version that nearly all professional bands in the United States who perform that march perform. So we're going to move on to our next piece. Our next piece is called On a Hymn Song by Philip Bliss, and it's written by David Holsinger. David Holsinger wrote this piece because well, he had some things that had gone into his family, and of course, this piece has a very long history. If you don't feel like looking it up, it's called "It Is Well With My Soul." If you don't feel like looking up the entire tragic story, we talked about it with the band students last week, so they could understand. There are sometimes you hear some transcendent beauty, and there's sometimes you're going to hear things that are crunchy. That's just the way life is. Sometimes life is going great. Peace like the river flows, but sometimes you have sorrows like Silbo, the sea rollers, which just keep pounding you over and over again. And of course, this piece had a lot to David Holsinger's right. The person who wrote the lyrics that became this hymn suffered a terrible loss that the students can tell you, I can't say it. I just can't say it. The person who wrote the music suffered a very similar loss shortly thereafter after composing the music. So we're teaching not just how to play music, but also how to express things you can't say with your words, but you can say with your heart through sound. And this piece is one of the things that talks about that in a very wordless way. It talks about how we can find a center, we can find peace, we can find a stillness to allow us to get through all of life's sorrows. If we just look for something bigger than us. So I hope you guys enjoy On a Hymn Song by Philip Bliss.
Recording this.